we were just chatting out there and we were saying the wind has really got up. If you could talk a little bit about your round, which is also up and down throughout the day, with some great highlights.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing, I started out rough. I had a double bogey on the second hole and just trying to battle back from that. But there were really tough pins that you couldn't be super aggressive with. So I was just really patient all day, and I'm really proud of myself for not trying to make something happen. And I held my ground pretty well.
So can you talk a little bit about the double bogey on the second and how you steadied yourself afterwards?
Yeah. My swing right now, my struggle has been with my irons missing left sometimes when I'm trying to take a little bit off of it. And I was right in between clubs on that hole and pulled it, ended up in just a really tough spot, and I ended up making double bogey. And, really frustrating from the middle of the fairway where you're looking at, birdie or par at the worst. So, that's just a tough blow, especially early in the round, but made a birdie right after that. So it was nice to bounce back.
You did, and you bounced straight back with a birdie in the next 2 birdies in the next 3 holes. And then the back nine, I know the wind was getting up, and yet you held on brilliantly well. Can you talk a little bit about how you kept yourself steady?
Yeah, it's a really tough stretch. Like holes 2, 3, 4. 5 was a brutal pin. Or sorry, I'm going off of last year's holes.
Yeah.
So 11, 12, 13, 14 was a brutal pin, but 11, 12, 13, and 15 are super long. And so just making pars on those holes, I had a great sand save on 12, made a great birdie on 13, and 14, I honestly hit the perfect shot, and I have no idea how you get close to that pin. Ended up bogeying it. And then 16, I had a tough, I didn't quite hit it where I wanted off the tee. Had a lie that I wasn't 100% sure of. And Tanika and I are sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, I don't think there's a huge penalty for being aggressive here. So let's just go for it. Try to go for the green. And it came out perfect. Ended up on the green and 2-putted for a birdie. So it was nice to be rewarded there.
So actually, you're kind of liking the new setup of the closing holes. Just even watching you talk about them there, you're finding that the way they've reset the holes in the back nine is actually very exciting.
Yeah, I think, it's interesting. It'll be interesting coming down Sunday because you just have a tough stretch there that you have to be really patient during. And then you have a few chances after that to really be aggressive and make birdie. So I think it sets up really well for an exciting finish.